presentation. Okay, so here we go. So pH, buffers, and acids. So a basic solution is above 7, and an acidic solution is below 7. Buffers contain a weak acid and a conjugate base. They can absorb excess ions or neutralize hydroxide ions. So all you got to know, which I want you to know, is that a pH scale covers a range of how much acid, how much hydrogen ion is present in solution. Okay. The pH of the body is around 7.35 to 7.45. It's very important that the blood and tissues keep a pH of around 7. Otherwise, your body doesn't function. Your proteins don't function because they lose their three-dimensional shape and they are denatured. So how does the body keep the pH relatively constant? It's based upon, we have somebody coming in. Okay, back here. So this is carbonic acid. When you breathe, you expel CO2. Okay. When you breathe, you expel CO2. Your body produces carbon dioxide. Some of that carbon dioxide will stay in the blood, stay in the tissues, and with the water present in your body, it creates carbonic acid. That carbonic acid dissociates or separates into hydrogen ion. Remember, the amount of hydrogen ion is the amount of H plus or hydrogen ion plus bicarbonate. That's a weak base. So if you have excessive hydrogen ion in your body, this bicarbonate can rejoin to form carbonic acid, and that H plus will be, that excess H plus will move the equation in this direction, and extra CO2 will be released in your lungs. If you have excessive hydroxide, OH, as we have up here with water, when you have excess OH, that OH will combine with the H plus that's supplied by the dissociation of carbonic acid. So the bottom line is that I'll be posting this video. I'll be posting a link to this site. So again, what should you know? You should know that a pH scale goes from 0 to 14. That pH is the negative log of the hydrogen ion concentration. Water always breaks down into a little bit of hydronium. This is H plus water and hydroxide. But you have buffers. The main buffer in our body is when CO2 that we produce as we produce energy, that CO2 combines with water and it'll break apart into H plus and bicarbonate. So this CO2 is dissolved in your blood and in your tissue fluids. And if there's any excess hydrogen ion, that combines with bicarbonate, goes to carbonic acid, and then CO2 is produced, and that is released in your lungs. If you have excessive hydroxide, remember hydroxide is OH. And the whole purpose of this buffer is to keep the pH of your body around 7.35 to 7.45. Okay, so there'll be questions on WebAssign on this bicarbonate. This is a buffer. A buffer keeps the pH, tends to keep the pH around a certain level. We have to have the pH in our body around 7.35 and 7.45. Okay, so read through this, and there'll be questions on WebAssign, and I'll post this video and this link to this page. Okay, so let's go back to the meeting, and we're going to stop recording for a moment. Stop.